right.
Bazinga.
No, it's Bazang.
No, it's bazing.
No, it is Bazinga. I can't do it.
You can't do it. No.
It'll cut out the intro.
No, we can do though.
What's that? Oh, crap, holy. Oh, I think my headphones are turned up too loud.
Boom, boom. Funky,
How could you not hear music? It was playing.
Oh,
That's
we don't
not
have
good.
her. There we go. How's
How about
that? Bazinga.
Could you hear before us talking? Okay,
She was
we were
she was
talking.
all the way down.
Got it. That's because I turn them down so I don't wake her up when she's... How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. So when you guys actually get this, and our executive producer doesn't know this yet,
Oh,
but these will be issued out of order. So this one is going to jump in the line because we're doing a few tweaks to our tweaks to our stuff. So
yes, sir.
what you got?
Tattoos.
Tattoos. Oh boy.
I'm gonna interview you, buddy.
I'm waiting. I'm ready.
How many tattoos you got?
So it depends.
Individual.
So it depends because I have 3 cover-ups.
Okay.
So do you count the cover-up?
As separate?
Yeah, because it's there. Just because you can't see it.
No, let's just call it one.
So,
Because it's like one replacing one.
but no. There's 2 that replace 1 and 1 that replaces 2.
Got it.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
I think the last count was like 42.
Yeah.
I think that's where I stopped because do you get the joke?
No.
Okay. Some people get it, some people don't get it. Do you ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Yeah, it's
Galaxy?
42 is the
42.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped at 42.
All right.
Well, then would also tell you that I ran out of money because I did.
what was your first tattoo?
First tattoo is actually underneath this pirate ship, and it is a eagle in flight, a crappy looking eagle in flight, holding an American flag with a flower. What the hell was that?
Weird updates on the laptop. I think.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it doesn't come through.
When did that get done?
When I was 17.
17.
Yes. So my
like
dad.
in 1941. Or?
No, shut up. I don't remember. Anyway, so my dad was going. It was my stepdad will tell you we should have never gotten these tattoos done. He got his done, and then they had to. I was underage, so they had to say okay and get mine done. And this guy was definitely baked out on something for sure. We're not quite sure what, but even my dad to this day says we probably should have never gotten those because we didn't see him open up fresh needles or nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of those, lucky we're still alive kind of situations.
Gotcha.
And then after that, crap just spiraled downhill.
Where was it?
That was in Seattle at Pike Place Market, and it was down along the backs, not Post Alley, but down along the backside, closer to the waterfront. Yeah, place is gone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gone. Like their front door was a tie-dye sheet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very Seattle, isn't it?
Well, now, but back then, I don't know.
What was your latest tattoo? Most recent.
That would be Braden's footprint. Yeah, my grandson's footprint right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that done?
That was done. Was that done at House of Pain? No. Oh, yeah, it was some. I don't remember where. So they had a special. It was $45. $45 for anything the size of a Post-it note. So 3x3.
Yeah.
And so that fit on there. My daughter and I got the exact same one. She got hers on her shoulder. I got mine there.
Nice. Would you go back to the same artist?
This artist, no.
Okay.
No, and my first artist, obviously not. So of the rest of the 95% that's on my body was done by one guy. And what's funny is getting them done, I mean, I thought they were great.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're into, 14 episodes or 14 seasons of Ink Master, I look at mine and go, fuck, mine look worse than some of these fucking slop jobs they're doing on TV.
Right.
I mean, it's just terrible. And a couple of them, like the kanji that are back here on the back of my arm, were supposed to. So I found out when Ronnie did mine that if I came in and said, here's my idea, do whatever you want with it, they usually came out better. If I came in and said, hey, I want this tattoo, you know, something I found, but I want it to say my own thing because it was kanji. It just didn't come out right. It didn't. So that red kanji that's back there behind the pirate ship, it basically says sea bandit, so pirate. But it was supposed to be look like a skin tear, and it doesn't. Not even close. And then also my moon.
Yeah.
That was never supposed to look like Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
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 It was not ever supposed to look like him, and it does. But for the most part, yes, I would have gone back to Ronnie, but literally one day he just decided, I don't want to do it anymore. After 7 years, I quit.
Crazy.
Moved back to Tacoma and went and worked at the box store.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the cardboard. Yeah, them.
Weird.
Driving a truck.
Weird.
Yeah. And matter of fact, on, this one, in the hands, the hand covers right here.
Yeah.
So there's an R in that one and a D in that one. He refused to, even some of the ones I really liked, he refused to put his name on anything. And now I kind of see why, because they kind of suck. But nothing is worse than that thing that's on my leg. And that one has a story behind it.
Tell us the story.
So my daughter calls me and says, hey, Dad, a friend of mine, and I know I'm using air quotes, but it was a friend of mine, is going through the apprenticeship program at House of Pain, right there on Bothell River Highway.
Yeah.
And she goes, how'd you like to get a $25 tattoo? I'm like, absolutely. Have him draw me something up. So I get there, see the picture, love it. Let's go. He goes, you like it? Yeah, let's do it. You $25, shit. I mean, right?
Even if you don't love it, do it.
So we're going. So first red flag number 1 should have been when he went through an entire box of 50 exam gloves before he ever put needle to skin. That should have been red flag number 1. He was nervous, so I kind of let it go. Red flag number 2 should have been when he showed me a color picture and he put out 6 caps, all black, and all different gradings of black. Like it was black, whitewash, water wash, so on and so forth. It was bad. And there was even a gray in there, which the irony is he only used the Mondo black. Red flag number 3 should have been that when he went to put needle to skin, he didn't put any lubricant down.
Oops.
So no Vaseline, no A&D ointment, no nothing. And I was like, uh-oh. Red flag number 4 should have been when I had to hold my skin taut as he was putting needle to skin.
Wow.
So after all that, 2.5 hours, I get that nasty looking thing on my leg. And the guy who runs House of Pain says, hey, I know that's not what you're looking for. Just come back in a couple weeks and I'll fix it up for you. I said, okay, fine. Paid my $25 because now the kid's second person was coming in and he was in a rush. And so I left and my daughter, called, how did it go? I said, it looks terrible. Thank God it's at least covered by my shorts because it looks like shit. Come to find out, I went back to House of Pain to the owner who said he'd take care of it for me. Reneged on that because I should have known, his words, I should have known what I was getting into because he was an apprentice. I said, that's all fine and dandy. I said, however, I do have ink from another apprentice that is still far better than that thing on my leg. And he says, well, you were his first needle to skin ever. And I'm like, oh, well, my daughter didn't tell me that part. So all he had ever done was the melons and the pigskin on the piece of board. That's it. That's all he had ever done.
Huh.
And I don't know how he graduated to get to my leg.
No idea.
The hell's that pop?
I don't know. I heard a click.
So that was the one, the pretty much the only one that not regret. I don't regret any of them, but that one's like, and I have tried. I've even went back to House of Pain when they changed ownership, and tried to get one of the artists in there to freehand.
Because it's a lady now.
It's a
right?
lady now, yeah. Mama's House of Pain.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't called House of Pain before. I don't remember what it was called. It had a guy's name, and it was
Yeah, it's directly across the street from F&F.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right there. You can't miss it. But yeah, it's just it was bad. It's bad all the way around.
What's your next one?
Next one, what?
Next tattoo?
So my loving.
I know you want another one.
Well, yeah, I always want another one. My loving dearest wife found what I thought was lost, and even though it brings up bittersweet memory or thoughts for the both of us, it will more than likely be my first granddaughter's footprints. And yes, I have to look at her and say that because my daughter has now had two daughters, and I didn't even know about the second daughter.
Wow.
So, but she found the actual footprint, like she was cleaning out the garage, and she's like, I found this on the floor. I'm like, holy shit. What the
Nice.
hell was it doing on the floor?
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be, but yeah. So, and so out here, the problem is out here. So here, I'll tell you the most expensive tattoo on my body.
Yeah.
Except for the koi fish. Okay. Because that one's huge.
Yeah.
And that was 2 sittings at 7.5 hours apiece. I mean, it was.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, it was the owner of Emerald City, and he sucked. Anyway. So before that, the most expensive one I ever got was that one right there. And would you like to know why?
Yes.
It was a $180 10-minute tattoo.
Why?
Because it was done on Las Vegas Boulevard
Um,
in 1994-ish, 5-ish.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why
So-
Dory?
Dory was for my daughter, and it took Ronnie forever to find the placement, and I don't know if I could do this on camera or not, but I can actually make her swim.
Nice.
So that was done for Christine when she was little. Yeah, the flamingo one, obviously. It's when I first started performing here, my agent booked me at the Flamingo constantly. Even though this is wrong, the grass here is supposed to be green. And Ronnie didn't want to pull out another ink cap, so he did everything in bubblegum pink, and you can see that bubblegum pink doesn't stay in my skin very well.
Yep.
You know what also doesn't stay in my skin very well is purple. That's been recolored 8 times, and it's still violet.
Nice.
No matter how many. I mean, it's like somebody took husky purple, and he was. And
What's the signature under it?
Harry Anderson.
Oh.
Yeah. So, story to that one was when I was a volunteer firefighter for King County District 10. When I became a lieutenant, I started working in the training program, and this guy comes through. And he's kind of an older guy, and I was like looking at him. He's got long blonde hair, and I said, "You're gonna have to cut your hair, dude, or that's gonna get burned off." And he goes, "No. They said I could just put a Nomex hood over it, which is the fireproof hood
Yeah.
you wear under helmets." I said, "That's fine." I said, "However, if you get in there and get to sweaty, and your hair gets wet, the fire will still evaporate and burn your hair. I mean, and it's going to be painful." He says, "Well, I can't cut it. I'm under contract." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
And he goes, "Well, I'm looking around. He's like, I'm a TV actor." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." I said, "Who the fuck are you?" And he goes, "Well, I'm Harry Anderson." I'm like, as soon as he said it, I can all of a sudden just see, and I will tell you the story about why that's there. Has nothing to do with me training him in fire school. When I was a little kid, when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, every second or third weekend, my grandfather would take me down to Pier 49 in San Francisco. Pier 49 in San Francisco is where all the street performers perform. Now it's a big fucking touristy thing. Back then it just had shops and street performers. So way back when Harry Anderson was first starting out, he was just a street magician. And so I told him that when I was younger, my grandfather used to take me down to San Francisco to see you perform on the streets every third or fourth weekend. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, so you've been a fan?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 months after that, he was leaving the fire service, going back to. I think the show had stopped. I don't even remember what show he was working on at the time. It wasn't Night Court. It was way after that. I think it was called Harry's World or something like that. But anyway, so he was done with that show, done with the filming, and so he was heading back to New Orleans, which is where he lives. Gave me his business card. So for the longest time, I actually had his cell phone number and his personal email and the address of his magic shop, which to life of me, I can't remember what it's called now. But I never used the phone number to call him. And then, what was it, 2 years ago, found out he passed away? Something like that.
Huh.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, no. What else?
So when did the signature come around?
So it was when he told me who he was, and I said, oh, I'd be absolutely honored to have your autograph. And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely, no problem. And I said, make it only about this big. And he's like, why? And I said, well, because I'm gonna have it tattooed on my arm. And he's like, why? And that's when I explained to him the story about.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, he was honored.
Very cool.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the people who live in his house that he lived in Falls City.
Why is that?
Because he remodeled quite a few things. There are quite a few false, like cutaway walls. There's lots. I don't want to give away too much. There's lots of magic tricks in that house that they're still there. And if you don't know how to activate them and you accidentally did it, it would freak you the fuck out.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So he had. So
I want to know now.
One of his cool things that he had, he actually gave to Penn Jillette, and he still has in his house, which there is a picture of a cow on the wall. And if you hold a glass up to the cow, it actually puts milk in your glass.
Huh.
So he actually gave that to Penn when he left Falls City, but that used to be in his house. That was one of his things.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep. Fun stuff.
Got a fun fact about tattoos.
Uh-oh.
They're not vegan.
No, they're not.
So,
And most of them aren't non-GMO. Most of them are very much genetically modified.
So there's a bunch of people
Oh, my.
running around with tattoos that say vegan.
And that aren't vegan.
That aren't vegan.
Ah.
Yeah. Basically, bone char and glycerin
Yep.
are all animal fat, and shellac coming from beetles.
Yep. Oh, there's lots of bug, like
Yeah.
in the what the hell's the Ferrari red is a specific beetle from somewhere that they just grind up and
Yep.
put them in there. And also, another fun fact,
Yeah.
that if any of you guys are out there thinking about, oh, I really want a black light tattoo. No, you fucking don't.
Nope.
You don't. And if anybody offers it, don't do it. They're very dangerous. So I have literally a tattoo on my arm that is not a black light tattoo, but is only visible under black light. There is no black light ink in there, so it's not, when you hit it, it won't go green like a black light tattoo will.
Yeah.
Mine was basically, it's pink and white and whitewash, and he just hammered the shit out of my skin, basically purposefully causing a scar. And so your scars actually are photoluminescent. They will glow under black light. And so they're, to go with my name, that's on my arm, there is, just like in the Pirates of the Caribbean, underneath Jack's Sparrow flying out of a window, Jack Sparrow, there is a brand, a pirate brand from the East India Trading Company. When they catch a pirate, they would brand him with a P. So I have my pirate brand right there. But Ronnie was actually willing to go to the back room and get a coat hanger and bend it into a P and heat it up. And I'm like, fuck you. He's like, oh, come on, let's do it for real. I'm like, no. And then, so Ronnie was such a cool guy that quite a few, at least 5 or 6 of mine are free.
Nice.
The one that's on my shin, the Hawaiian tiki, that was a birthday present, and now I know why it was free, because it was, your shin is your bone. I mean, there's no meat behind that. It is skin and then bone, and if needles set too deep, he's gonna be tap dancing on your bone, and it does not tickle. That's why all those guys that get one on their head.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So I had one guy asked me if I was going to do it. I'm like, hell no. And he goes, oh, dude, after a while, it just tickles. No. I'm sorry. After a while, does it go numb? Absolutely. Does it tickle? Like,
No.
ha ha ha, tickle? No.
No.
No. And besides that, it would wiggle my eyeballs and that would drive me nuts.
There's a guy and I used to work with. We hired him, and then he no longer works for us. But anyway,
How's about that?
We're in Seattle, and I used to have a no upper neck, no face, no head tattoo rule when hiring people, because it just tells me that they're not good at making decisions.
So that's not okay. Listen, that's not true nor fair. Because when I got these, I knew exactly what my life was what I was going to do,
Sure.
and I knew that.
But if you put on a collared shirt,
yes, mine disappear. Yes,
yours would be gone.
yes.
High neck tattoos.
Oh yeah, no.
Face tattoos.
Like
head tattoos.
some of those girls that we see on. Oh my god! And they have the full throat. And what Ryan is it? Her name Ryan. She's one of the Ink Master Angels, and first of all, she wears this gray like ghostly makeup and has her hair dyed whatever fuck color that is, kind of a grayish thing, and then all of her she has this huge neck and breastplate piece that is all black and gray and whitewashed, and she just looks like a floating head.
Yeah.
You don't even see the tattoo anymore. You just see the head on top of the tattoo. And
Crazy.
there's another one we just watched a couple weeks ago where same girl had the same thing where it's just like, slow down, take it easy.
Yeah, so this guy had a full cranium tattoo.
Oh,
All the way around. And all, like, filled in. So when I first glanced at him, I was like, I don't like him. But we needed a guy. I'll use him until I can find somebody else. And then I was standing on some steps, and I looked down, and I see the top of his head, and I see how intricate this thing is. Turns out it took like 60 hours. And I mean, just super fine lines, the whole bit.
is it a Madala?
I don't know what that is, so
Oh.
I can't answer. But he has the ability to grow hair.
Right, yeah.
So he says, if I ever needed to cover it up, he goes, I just don't shave my head.
Right.
Show me this thing.
How do you spell it, honey?
I don't know. M-A-D?
I tried that. Madala.
Madala.
Oh, God, I was way off. No, I don't want Madala in Nigeria. I want a Madala
Yeah.
tattoo. There it is. Bingo. And no good pictures. Fabulous. Wow, this is great radio.
Let's just
there,
say
that's
it
a
might
Madala.
be one of those.
So a Madala basically is
Come on, just turn it.
It's-
just turn it.
it's
Just give me a
this
brief
is-
look.
but this one looks more like a fucking dream catcher. It's just it's a circular pattern with lots of intricate designs in it.
Yes.
Yeah, and it repeats itself over and over and over again.
Yes.
So like that. That's a good Madala.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So we're on the same page. So
Cool.
anyway, so it was
So
like a full cranium cap.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically it was on his hairline.
Exactly.
Because like you
out
said.
of his hair.
Okay, yeah.
He said he could cover it completely up if he just let his hair go.
Right.
So it kind of changed my perspective on head tattoos because this one took a long time and the design of it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But neck tattoos, face tattoos, over collar lines and
Well, it's
shit like that. It's like, no, bro.
That's when Tyson got that one on his. I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? First of all, you're ugly enough as it is. You don't need to accentuate your ugliness.
But it's Mike Tyson. Like,
True,
who
but
gives a fuck?
true.
Mike Tyson ended up in a very strange situation, much like Michael Jackson did.
I beg your pardon. More specifically,
Got his fame and fortune
Uh-huh.
at such a young age.
Uh-huh.
Got forced into the work essentially
uh,
that they never grew up. And they just got stuck in that age because why progress when you've got the money and resources?
True.
So that's why, Mike Tyson had fucking tigers and shit because
Because he could.
he was still a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Michael Jackson was still a 7-year-old boy, basically. Yeah. Right around 7 or 8.
Yep.
We both are like, what?
Huh?
What's all gone? What you talking about?
I want something.
So, you good? What you got?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm done.
So, that was interesting. I haven't been interviewed in forever. So, thanks for listening to My Vegas Radio 365. Please subscribe to our YouTube. It really helps us out. If you like today's episode, great. If you don't, there are plenty others to look at. If you do like today's episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you hate it, hit it twice. Follow us on Twitter and check out our Instagram at MyVegasRadio365. Share, like, subscribe. Have a great day. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. No, I think you're right. It's Bazinga.
Yeah, Bazinga.
I don't know. I can't see without my glasses on.
It's Bazinga.
It's Bazinga. There's an I in there. Bazinga.
Bazinga.